So yesterday, Conservative pundit Milo Yiannopoulos, who was a journalist for Breitbart Tech, got suspended from Twitter permanently. Um, Basically, look, Twitter really got ugly yesterday. That's one way to put it. Ghostbusters actor Leslie Jones, she's one of the actors in the new Ghostbusters movie. Um, Basically, Milo Yiannopoulos kind of sent out a harmless tweet saying, Ghostbusters is crap, because he's a major anti-feminist too. That's why lots of people on the left also like him, because he's sort of got that anti-regressive left stance. He basically just made a tweet saying like, "Oh, Ghostbusters is crap," and all that typical stuff. And then Leslie Jones got flooded with a bunch of like racist, sexist shit. And even though, basically she didn't hand it very well. Most celebrities, obviously, on Twitter, they get loads of hate. I mean, obviously you don't see it, but there are only certain people, some people just can't take that though. Like, obviously, if you're in the public eye and you're doing something controversial, even non-controversial, even like celebrities who seem to do nothing wrong, like, I don't know, Taylor Swift, like, who everybody loves her for some reason. I can't understand, but like these flawless celebrities still get loads of hate. And obviously, because the Ghostbusters movie was very heavily criticised, and I believe rightly so. I haven't seen the original Ghostbusters, but I could really tell this kind of was like, one, a cash grab, and two, a sort of feminist bullshit idea of like, yeah, we made the cast a woman, this is equality. It's like, I'd rather it be true to the source material, and I don't mind if it's an all-female Ghostbusters as long as like, it was good. But judging by everyone's reaction to the trailer and everything, it didn't look good. So also the director Paul Feig, he seems like a massive. I hate to use this word, but he is pretty much a cuck. Like, there's a video of him like just literally just prancing around and saying, oh, like, because obviously he was doing a shoot with all these female comedians. He was like, oh, woman, you're so funny, please fuck me, please, please, please. But yeah, he's very much not a manly man, let's just put it that way. And yeah, he sort of lent his support to her as well, saying that, I'm so sorry you having to go through all this abuse and stuff. And basically she had a public meltdown on Twitter. Like, she just tweeted saying fuck you to all the people that are sending her hate, saying I'm going to block you all. She sent like a parting shot saying, I leave Twitter today so sad and with sadness in my heart or something like that. I'll probably put the tweet on the screen right here, but yeah, she's officially she's circa in temporary hiatus from Twitter now until everything settles down. But I think this is very nuanced. Do I believe Leslie Jones deserves this hate? Or was it Leslie Jones? I don't know, whatever her name is. Do I believe she deserved to get all this hate? No. Even though, Ghostbusters was kind of crap. Even though I hadn't seen it, but people were saying, yeah, Ghostbusters was kind of not that good. And even though only people were saying, that, from what I've heard, people were saying Leslie Jones is actually one of the better characters in the movie. But to me, from what I did see of like trailers and stuff, she did kind of seem like a very stereotypical sassy black woman. So yeah, also she's a SNL host, so she also does sketches on there and stuff. And obviously, because being on SNL isn't really that controversial, she didn't really get as much hate as she is now. But basically, Twitter just placed all the blame on Milo Yiannopoulos, and I think that's kind of unfair, because all he did was say that the Ghostbusters is crap, and just, so I think he tweeted Leslie Jones personally, and said, oh, your movie's rubbish and stuff like that. And obviously, because some people, when their celebrity, also when their favourite like idols and stuff tweet stuff, they kind of really want to jump on the bandwagon, impress their idol, whatever. So obviously, loads of like hive-minded fans kind of jumped on that bandwagon and just sent her loads of shit. And this is a problem, because you get these sort of people who literally will just do anything because they see that their idols as like their deities, their gods, and they believe that everything they do is great and stuff. So Although I don't believe he should have been banned though. I don't think he said really anything that bad that deserved to be banned. Um, I mean, he did tweet a few tweets, saying your movie's rubbish and stuff, but really it was like everyone else that was doing the dirty work. He didn't really. I don't think he even instigated it really. He just said, yeah, Ghostbusters are crap, and he's entitled to his opinion on that. And the thing is, like, I don't even agree with Milo Yiannopoulos most of the time. I just think he's entertaining. That's the thing. Like, he's wrong on so many like political issues and stuff, but when it comes to feminism, mostly he is sort of spot on, and that's why those people on the left sort of quite like him. I quite like him just because he's just a funny guy. He's entertaining and he's a master troll. So it's just entertaining to see him, troll people and that, and obviously because he's got the massive ego too. It's just funny, seeing his ego complex on the show, and Twitter's not going to be the same without him. Like, he's very active on Twitter. When I scroll through my Twitter feed, he's often in there, and it's a big loss, man. I mean, also this is going to be used like in conservative eyes. They believe oh, we are being silenced on social media, and honestly, I think it is true. At first I was like, yeah, you're just a bit whining, but after this, man, I mean, people think that oh yeah, we love freedom of speech, but only for our point of view. But if you've got any opposing points of view, we'll just ban you on Twitter and stuff and Facebook. Even people who are putting moderate posts, like I believe Melissa Chen, she put something up really moderate and sensible, and she still got banned for like community guidelines and stuff. And it's crazy, I honestly think, stop fueling his victim complex. Don't ban him. Don't. I mean, I saw like a picture of Dave Rubin tweeted out saying, the Obi-Wan, if you struck me down, I'll become more powerful than you ever imagined. And that's true. If you, ban this guy, you just give him what he wants. He's got fuel for his fire, He can be like, oh, look at Twitter victimizing conservative voices on the internet, and oh, social media hates conservative views and they're trying to silence us. And I hate to admit, it's true. Unfortunately, me being a liberal, I hate to admit that, yeah, I think conservatives are being unfairly treated online. Even obviously there are some that are just ridiculous, racist, horrible. Most of them, they're just trying to be conservative and they're not being allowed to post stuff. Even stuff that's like even moderate that's being sort of cracked down on, even the mildest criticisms of Islam, like in Germany, you criticise refugees on Facebook, they'll raid your apartment and drag you out in the middle of the night. I mean, it's crazy. Like, the amount of sort of cracking down on free speech is happening right now. Also, I kind of find it a bit hypocritical when there are people who say, but there's like people who have ISIS sympathies on Twitter, there are Black Lives Matter people who are like saying we should kill the cops and stuff, and they're not getting anything. They're still fine, they can still speak, but Milo Yiannopoulos dares to criticise Ghostbusters, and he gets banned, and it's crazy, Again, that's just going to help him. It's going to fuel his victim complex. He likes that. He wants to be, he's just like, really, he's like the feminist he's criticising. He's sort of the whiny victim, and he would do anything to sort of fuel his complex, And I can put like a picture here on the screen of like some Black Lives Matter people who said some really horrible shit, and they're still, being on the platform. Yeah, there's a gay conservative who dared to speak out against, a movie, and he gets banned for, inciting hatred. And there are even tweets from, Leslie Jones who, saying like bad shit about white people. It was like, I can't remember what it said. It was like she was sitting with white people discussing. So I don't know. It was sort of weird, but she has sort of said some weird stuff about white people and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. We have to follow this closely. I mean, hopefully he gets his account back. I mean, I'm on the Free Milo bandwagon. Even when people disagree with me, get banned, I still want to stand up for their free speech, because I know if I got banned, I would hope they would stand up for me. So I am on the free Milo banned. Like obviously before he got banned, there was like the hashtag ban Milo stuff, because oh he's so terrible, he can't be allowed to speak anymore because we're scared of his narrative, and it's like, grow up, guys. Honestly, if there's a person criticizing your narrative, step up. Don't sit there in your echo chamber and pretend like nothing's wrong. Confront your enemies. Engage in dialogue. Don't just bury your head in the sand and pretend these issues don't exist. That's probably like my main criticism of people on the rest of the left these days. They can't handle criticism. They don't want to. Any criticism is met with, oh, you're hate speech, to try and shut you down, and it's not right. You can't keep doing this in this modern era. It's beyond pathetic, to be honest. And even though, again, as I said, Milo Yiannopoulos, I don't agree with him on a lot of things. He supports Donald Trump, for God's sake. I mean, the crazy guy who wants to bomb civilians, on purpose, bomb the families of ISIS, torture even if it doesn't work. Even though he's so wrong on those issues, I can't help but think, what has this guy done so badly that deserves him being banned? And I just can't think of anything, it's totally unjustified, and I want to stand up. Even though Milo Yiannopoulos is wrong on a lot of issues, he's consistent on free speech. He doesn't try and shut down people who disagree with him. And obviously he's on his Dangerous Faggot tour, and everywhere he goes you get some, regressive millennial trying to shut them down, or some crazy feminist stands up and, says no hate speech here. And I can't help thinking, I just want to help out a fellow person who, is fighting for free speech, which is more and more under attack as the progressive left grows and grows. But luckily there are people that are waking up. They're seeing that, the feminist movement, the SJW movement, isn't all what they cracked it out to be. And hopefully we can stop things like this happening in the future.